The haunted Lambert family seeks to uncover the mysterious childhood secret that has left them dangerously connected to the spirit world. This is my review of Insidious Chapter 2. Yeah, so the first Insidious was really good in my opinion. It's like a good horror flick. The reason I also liked Insidious was because they ended it in a way where they could have done a sequel, and here they are now with Insidious Chapter 2, so I was like, oh yeah, like here comes part 2. And the reason I was also excited is because it was directed by James Wan, who directed the first Saw, the first Insidious, and The Conjuring, which came out recently. And I liked The Conjuring as well because it was a good horror flick. And what does James Wan present to us with Insidious Chapter 2? He presents with us a good horror flick. The good points. Yeah, so I like James Wan's directing style, like in this movie. Not just in this movie, but in like almost all of his films, like, because his style is like really provocative and strange. Like, he does like shots, like camera shots that like you wouldn't like really expect at all, and I like find his style to be cool. The performances from all the cast members were good as well because they acted out their parts like really fine, and all of their performances were solid. I also like parts of the writing as well because they connect some parts from part 1 of Insidious into part 2, and that explains like just a few like occurrences and everything. And I like the writing as well because it has this mystery element to it, and the reason why I like that element is because we're starting to know why this family's being haunted and why this is occurring at all. I liked the makeup of the movie as well because when you got close up to some of the spirits, oh yeah, spoiler, there's spirits in this movie, but yeah, you probably know that from the trailer. But anyways, so I like the makeup because when you got like close up on the faces of these spirits, like you can tell like some of them like were like really nasty, and it was like ugh. I also like the fact that they bring back the two paranormal like experts as well, because in the first one they were like the comedy relief of the film, and they're doing the same thing for part 2. They're being the comedy relief, and I like that about them because they had some funny moments in this movie. The bad points. Yeah, so there's two things that I didn't like about Insidious Chapter 2. One of those things is that some parts of the script were just like a little bit too silly for me, even though that's how the movie was trying to be, just be a bit silly, but there was just some parts that I was like, nah. Or there were some scares that you knew were coming. And there were parts as well where it's like, does that make like any sense really? I also didn't like the ending, and I'll explain why I don't like the ending in the spoiler section. Saw this movie with my dad. My dad gives this movie a 3 out of 4 stars, and I agree with him. It's a 3 out of 4 star movie for me as well, because James Wan presents us with a good horror movie with just some points that I didn't like at all. Okay, the spoiler section. If you haven't seen Insidious Chapter 2, or the first Insidious even, because I'm going into spoilers with that one as well, then get out of here now. Or, like, both films may be spoiled for you. And if you're still here, then I told you to go, please. I'm begging of you, like, these are some good horror flicks, and I want you to experience them for yourselves. Yeah, so like I said, I didn't like the ending to this film, and here's the reason why. In the first Insidious, they left the movie in a way where it's like, oh crap, like, I want to know what happens because, like, the evil spirit is in the father now, and it's like, then you hear the father's voice behind the mother, and when like the father says I'm here, and then when the mother turns around, it's like, and when it ends, it's like, oh crap, why you can't leave us there, like we want more. Yeah, they didn't like really give that to us with this ending. Like some people maybe like, yeah, we want more, but for me it was like, I don't know, because I don't know like where the story is leading us now. Because at the end of Insidious Chapter 2, the paranormal expert, the like the spirit of the paranormal expert is following the two funny paranormal experts like around, and like so the spirit of the paranormal expert like goes to this woman in this house, and she's like trying to talk to this person who is like clearly like either possessed or is being haunted. And then you hear this like sound off the camera, and then the spirit of the paranormal expert is like, huh? And then it's like she starts to rise because she's knelt down and talking to the person, and she's like trying to see what's behind the person, and we don't see it, and she's like, oh my god. And then it ends, but it was like, why should I like care about this woman at all? Because oh, and also at the end of Insidious, the Lambert family is okay, and like it doesn't end with them, but it ends with like this other family. So it's like, why should I care? Like I don't get it. But I guess we'll see in part 3, because I'm hearing there's gonna be a part 3. So yeah, Insidious Chapter 2, a good movie from James Wan, and apparently it's gonna be his last like Insidious. And I also heard that he's like trying to get away from the horror genre as well, which is like, whoa. But anyways, yeah, Insidious Chapter 2 is a good horror flick, and you should go see it. It's worth the money, and that's it.